Well, it's been quite the start to the Premier League season as Boro boss. We've picked up more points than I'd imagined, winning 50% of our games so far. The question is, can we keep banking the points while form is good and keep ourselves clear of any relegation battle?
As the Uruguayan curls one in. Oh, Middlesbrough take the lead!
What is up, guys? Matthew here, and welcome back to another episode of our FM24 career mode. Here it is, Project Boro, and we're back with two more games in the Premier League today. I did put a vote in the community tab for you guys to give me your feedback on if you want me to document every game in our first Premier League season, or if you want me to skip through them as we normally would. And at time of recording, at least, it's very, very tight. 52% of you want to show every game, where 48% of you want me to skip through. So I'm sorry, but a lot of you guys are going to be very happy, and a lot of you are probably not. But yeah, just at the moment, you guys are more in favour of us showing every Premier League game. So as long as the poll is pointing in that direction, we will continue to do just that, but it is available in the community tab on the channel if you want to let me know your thoughts. But that does mean today we are playing two games, as I say, in the Premier League. We've got Brighton at home, followed by a trip to Brentford, a trip to a ground where Boro will have never played before, but at least when we went to Griffin Park we never often had a very nice time down at Brentford. But Brighton at home reminds me of when we beat them to automatic promotion in 2015-16, and I don't believe, other than a FA Cup game last season, we've played them since, and they walloped us 5-1. That's real life, by the way. We've not played them in FM yet, but yeah, neither of them have had a particularly great start. Brighton currently sitting 17th, Brentford are in 14th, and a quick reminder on where we are currently in the Premier League. We are, I believe, one of the later kickoffs on the Saturday, so a lot of games have been played already, and we're currently sat in 8th position, 6 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats. I think it's a really, really good start, I think, considering a lot of the sides who we're going to be fighting with, Blackburn, Norwich, I think the 2 candidates, definitely, they've not started well. As long as we're clear of them, I'm confident we'll be in a good place to survive this season, and they've got 3 points from their opening 7. We've got 10 from our opening 6. So what a chance to extend our gap to the bottom 3 to possibly 10 points, which at this stage is massive, but it won't be easy. Brighton, yes, they've started badly, but they've got a very, very good team, and I think Brentford will definitely be a challenge. So let's get and pick the team for today's game at home to Brighton. Okay, so here's the team then heading out to play Brighton. So we've got Mads Hermansen in goal. He's just as good as a sweeper keeper now as what he was before, which I find quite interesting. Real Walters is in a back 4, which is helped with Totti and Rav Vandenberg as the centre-back pair. We've then got Ian Matson in at left-back. Lewis O'Brien is in form and will be in as the ball-winning midfielder with Hayden Hackney and Yusuke Ideguchi either side of them. We've got Amad Diallo on the right-hand side. Sami Ento is ineligible to play against his parent club, of course. So Diallo comes in and starts off the right. Isaiah Jones will start off of the left, and Anthony Martial will start up front. Still not, 100% certain on which of the 2 strikers have done enough to earn a place. Obviously, Passett had a good game last time out, as did Martial. So that's still very much up for grabs, I would say. And tactics-wise, we are going to be brave today. We're going to go positive. We're going to go with our usual possession-based approach. And I know I've said that it might be naive to go up against some of these unbelievable teams and match them and try and go head-to-head and play them, I guess, at their own game when they've obviously got more quality and obviously could pick us off at any moment. But just basing it off of the evidence that we've seen thus far, I think it's safe to say that this is working for us a little bit more than the counter-attacking approach that we were adopting before, where we weren't creating as much. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're still absolutely going to be using that in the big games away from home, and I probably will even use it away at Brentford, but at home, I think I'm getting a little bit more confident that we are capable of competing while playing that style of football. I know it's easy to say that when we've just beaten Norwich 3-0, and the game before that was QPR, which obviously is a League One team, and we got a little bit lucky when we beat Newcastle in terms of the chances they missed. But the boys are used to it, and they're confident right now. So that, for me, is a nice cocktail that will hopefully breed results. Now, it did seem like we'd started the game well with more shots than the opposition, but the first highlight here, 15 minutes in, is going to go to the Seagulls. A ball over the top to Evan Ferguson, and Hermansen, very well done there, coming out to claim that. Evan Ferguson, of course, roll it out. You've got Totti right there. There we go. Evan Ferguson, obviously a wonder kid on FM. Probably the most notable wonder kid, at least because of obviously him being in the Premier League with Brighton. They've pressed us very well though, and we've had to hoof it forward, and we've lost it. So that's something to keep in mind. Here's Solly March. Brighton look like they're starting to get into the game. Matoma's in the box, and Matoma scores, and Brighton lead 1-0. They just have the quality, don't they? And we tried playing it out from the back, panicked a bit and hoofed it long, and Solly March dragged I don't know who it was who he dragged out of position, but there was a huge gap in behind for Matoma to exploit, and it looked like we'd started the better as well, and unfortunately Brighton have got the first goal, and we've got a knock to Isaiah Jones. You are kidding me. Right, feels he can shake it off. Feels he can Taylor Swift it. Right, corner to Boro, half an hour. Ian Matson whips it in, it's headed up. Rav's down there, comes out to the inform man, Diallo! I had all my money on that, nestling in the back of the net, given his form. But it didn't. It went wildly over the bar. And Isaiah Jones, that's a terrible heavy touch. Luckily the ball forward is absolutely aimless. And I'm hoping we can build from the back now, but obviously here comes the press. O'Brien, what are you doing? Oh my God. What is he doing? What is Lewis O'Brien doing? He's just stood still. Look, he had options left and right. And he had time. What is he doing? I can't even watch that back. What is he doing? And it's like the earlier games when we played Liverpool and Everton. It's self-inflicted again. And, well, we can't keep the ball. I think I've made a bit of a boo-boo tactically here. We're going to have to go back to our counter-attacking style of play, I think, here, because we clearly cannot keep the ball when up against this Brighton team. And maybe we'll have more luck on the counter-attack. But even then, that Ravs gave it away now. Oh, my God. Focus, boys. Christ. What are you doing? A chaotic end to the half, in which it was a game we were in, I'd say. Show me something else in that second half. Could have been worse, I guess. We'll see if we can get anything going from a counter-attacking perspective. Isaiah Jones does just not seem himself since he picked up that knock. So we'll bring him off as a precaution, and we'll bring on Alex Bangura. And I think I'm going to bring on Passetto as well, because I don't think Martial's had a particularly good game out there today. And I might drop Ideguchi back as a ball winner, sitting back in front of the back four. I think they need more protection. O'Brien's had a bit of a stinker, I think it's safe to say, out there today. So we will make a triple change. And, oh, well, Musleja, what a moment this is. I'm surprised Diallo's not on this, but Musleja must be better when it comes to free kicks. This could be a moment. Any day now, this could be a moment. Oh. We waited all that time, and he put it wide. Wonderful. A lot of nerves out there. We're going to encourage the boys. Yeah, let's not forget, Brighton are a very good side, and I think have probably just had a bit of a stinker in terms of the start to the season they've had. We just do not look like we are going to get anywhere near them. Today, Hackney's anxious. Will Walters is anxious. Arroyo can come on for him if he's feeling a bit anxious. He's not going to play well, is he, while he's anxious? But it looks like we'll go attacking in the hope that we could maybe muster something, but I just can't see it. Bring on Ryan Manning, but yeah, we've been stifled well and truly by Brighton today. Not a highlight to speak of, barring the free kick. And we've been beaten by Brighton 2-0. Not a good performance overall. But saying that, 13 shots we had, 3 on target. We didn't see any of them shots. And, I mean, Brighton didn't even muster an XG of 1. We gifted them the second goal. I'm going to say, if we create chances, we should do well. Oh, that's not worked. You were unlucky today, but it was a good effort. Oh, dear. That's gone down like an absolute lead balloon. And that's the thing. We need to get the team talks right. Sometimes we'll get them right. Sometimes we'll get them wrong. Tried to keep the boys and their morale up there, saying we were unlucky today. It did look like we created plenty, but yeah, they didn't take well to that at all. So we've gone back to our Liverpool and Everton form by failing to score and conceding poor goals. And now we've got the trip to the Brentford Community Stadium, which will not be easy at all. And then you're looking at Villa, and then you're looking at Arsenal. And suddenly, a lot of tough fixtures start coming our way once again. So I would definitely love to pick up something from Brentford. Okay, so the team to go to Brentford looks like this. So we are going with Hermansen in goal. We've got Walters, Totti, Vandenberg and Maatsen in the back four. The same back four that played in the last game. I think it's really important we try and establish a strong back four. I have just realised though Totti isn't 100%. So I'm going to bring Lenihan in just as he's a little bit more fully fit. So we'll do that. Rav is no longer 3.5 star. Not playing. That's a shame. Maatsen's going to continue on the left. I have dropped Iguchi back in front of the back four after the clanger that Lewis O'Brien dropped in the last game. Hackney is in. I am bringing back Riley McGree, although I've just noticed he isn't that fit, so Musleja will get himself a start actually. Isaiah Jones is on the right hand side. We've got Jeremy Sarmiento back in off the left. He has dropped to 2.5 star current ability, which is, yeah, a little bit disappointing. And Ignacio Pacetto is going to start up front because Anthony Martial did pick up a injury, pulled some ankle ligaments, and is going to be out for another week. So we are down to just one striker, being Ignacio Pacetto. But we are setting up. We are going to go with our counter-attacking approach. Going to play the underdog card with the boys. I'm hoping I get them on side after the disastrous team talk last time. And I've noticed we always get these tunnel interviews now that we're in the Premier League. But I'm not going to discuss Norwich. Nothing to do with me. Martial being out is a blow. And we are happy to stick with our current approach. But Brentford are in form. It looks like they started the season really badly. They've won 4 on the bounce, which makes them very, very dangerous. So this could be difficult. This could be really, really tough. And a point, I think, is absolutely the aim. I think a point away from home in any Premier League game is a good point when you've just got promoted. And then it's your home games you want to try and focus on winning. But yeah, we are going to go back to what we were doing before. We're not going to get carried away like we did maybe against Brighton, thinking we can play our usual game. Starting off here, counter-attacking, staying in the game, and then maybe if we get a bit of a sniff that we're in it and we've got a chance, then that's when we'll come out and start playing, I guess, our football, if that's what you want to call it that. But we've won the ball high at B with Isaiah Jones. Here is Musleja to Hayden Hackney. Back to Daryl Enahan. Here is Ideguchi now. Here's Rav Vandenberg. He's got Maatsen to his left if he wants to use him. Hackney now getting pressed aggressively by the Brentford players. Walters tries to play Jones in behind there, but don't think that pass was ever on, really. And what looked like it could be a Boro highlight, it might be a Brentford one. Now they're the ones playing the ball out round the back. It's been a long highlight. Long highlights make me nervous. Maatsen should have won that there, but he's not been strong enough in the challenge. And the cross comes in, and Ivan Toney's there. And once again, it's avoidable. Maatsen looked like he'd won the ball. Here, I mean, he should be anticipating that. And I don't quite know what happens there, to be honest. But he loses the ball. And one cross into the box and a tap in at the near post for Ivan Toney gives Brentford an early lead, and that's not what we want at all. We want to be in the game for as long as possible. Doesn't look like we're going to be in it for much longer. As always with this tactic, we're just not creating much. And that's when we might have to then come out second half and just throw everything at Brentford. But it looks like they've got a free kick on the right-hand side here, playing it shot. Højbjerg's playing for that. That's a great ball in behind to Schade, who makes it 2. You'd have to say that is it. Game, set and match for Brentford. Yeah, we keep having these brief moments, don't we, where we think, oh, we're in the Premier League, all is good, and then we just get back down to earth with an absolute slam. And yeah, you know, we've tried to alter the tactic, go counter-attacking today. We've not done anything going forward, and Maatsen's just gave a penalty. So he's having a great game, and he's been booked already as well, so he might be getting himself sent off if he's not careful. Was it in the box? Yes, it was. Oh, dear me. A half from hell. Ivan Toney, who never misses penalties, doesn't miss this one. And this has been a half from hell. It's safe to say Ian Maatsen with a really, really poor tackle. Get us in at half-time. That was horrific. Yeah, your performance has been extremely poor. A few of them have been inspired by that, but honestly, it's been awful. So what can we do in the hope of something happening here? Well, Maatsen's getting pulled. He's been awful. Manning will come on for him. Diallo can come on for Sarmiento, who's not been particularly great either. Musleja is frustrated. He's in danger of being booked. So we'll bring on Riley McGree. Triple change at half-time, and we're going to have to come out. There's no point us sitting back. There's no point us sitting back at all at this point. We may as well just get out there and just try and throw everything we've got. We'll play for set pieces as well. It might give us a chance. Where's distribution? Yeah, roll it out. Yeah. And we need to hope, quite frankly, that this doesn't just get uglier than it needs to. And we need to hope that we can maybe get a goal for our away travelling fans to shout about. Just not get absolutely walloped 4 or 5. And it looks like Brentford are very much containing the game at the moment. We will go attacking. I mean, I've asked them to press Schade and Toney already, but Walter's now injured. Or is he just tired? I think he's just tired. So we'll bring on Anderson Arroyo. But this has not been an eventful second half. There's not even going to be a highlight. Have we even had an attacking highlight in this? I think we had a free kick against Brighton. Well, what a horrid episode this has been. Yeah, I'm not happy with your performance out there. Paceto, he dropped to 6.1. I mean, I couldn't substitute him because our only other striker is injured. I'm not commenting on Tony, thank you very much. And it's safe to say, guys, today has been a horrific episode. And, yeah, I'm not going to say the wheels have fell off because this is going to happen regularly. But I am grateful for the victories we have gotten so far because, yeah, we've had 4 games now where we've lost without scoring. And then we've had games where we've won without the opposition scoring. It's really, really weird what has sort of happened so far. But what them 2 defeats do is it drops us from, I think we were in 8th down to 11th. So it's not the worst case scenario in the world. But there are other games that need to be played. So we will skip forward because the gap currently is... There we go, that's been updated. Okay. Now is a better time to reflect on where we are. So we are now down to 12th in the Premier League. I mean, there's still games to be played. Oh my god, skip again. Oh god. Alright, we might be even further down the league. Right, are we all up to date now? Have we all played our games? No, we haven't. Leicester still play, so they can't. Well, they might. So Leicester might, if they beat Everton, overtake us. But we're 12th as it stands. And Blackburn must have picked up only their 2nd win of the season. They beat Crystal Palace, which means the gap to the bottom 3 is no longer 7 points. It is now 4 points, which is fine. Listen, there are still plenty of big teams between us and the relegation zone, so we will drop towards the bottom, and I think we will be spending most of our time there. It's a case of just being better than 3 other teams in the league, and I'm hoping Blackburn and Norwich can definitely be 2 of them. Newcastle, maybe. Don't know what's going on there. But that's it for today. A tough episode, very, very tough. As I say, you guys currently in the poll want me to play every single game and show you every single game, so as it is still the case, we will continue to do that until or if anything changes. So next time we'll be back for Aston Villa at home, which will be very, very tough. They are 7th. Blackpool in the Cup, which is a great opportunity for us to progress, and we'll make it a triple header. Oh, and we have to travel to Arsenal, which gives me PTSD from the 7-1 trouncing that we got last season. And then maybe it eases up a bit with Palace Leeds. They are 2 very, very winnable games. Man City are coming over the hill pretty soon as well. That is it for today's episode of Project Boro, guys. If you've enjoyed it, do hit the like button and subscribe for much more. We, of course, do daily FM content here on the channel with both the Project Boro save on this series and my Journeyman series, where we are currently the manager of Darlington. So check them both out if you like what you see. As I say, subscribe, leave me a comment in the section below, and we'll be back next time for 3 games, 2 in the league, 1 in the cup, where hopefully we'll progress in the League Cup and have a little bit more luck in the Premier League. It doesn't matter how often you lose, you just can't get used to it. It sucks. It really does. I'll see you guys in the next one.